Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Roman Polak. I didn't plan to talk today, but it was so many talking about refusing that I decided that it's time for me to stand up and show the theorem of existence. Yeah. I'm one of them who Norman visited in 1983. Let me give you a little bit of background about this time. Andropov, the chief of KGB, became the general secretary of the Communist Party. A week or two before this visit, the Russians shot the Korean airplane with hundreds of passengers. And the Russians worked very hard to show that nothing wrong happened, and nobody is boycotting the conference on nonlinear mechanics or whatever. I didn't know about this conference at all. And in order to prove that nothing wrong happened, they show many times Norman. So one afternoon, I got a call, and somebody is speaking English. I immediately recognized that it's a gust from another world, and of course I would be happy to talk to you. This was my answer, etc. So I sent my daughter, and I believe she met Norman next to the Главпочтамт, and soon enough they came, and Norman introduced himself. Now, you have to keep in mind that at this point, I was for 4.5 years was refusing, being in complete social and scientific isolation. Even people who know me for many, many years didn't call me. You can imagine my surprise when I saw Norman in my apartment. With my very limited English, I nevertheless tried to explain Norman and answer his questions, tried to explain where we are, what is my family doing, etc. At this point, 8 of us lived in one apartment, 4th generation, in a small place. My mother-in-law, my wife, but she is here. My kids, my son-in-law, my grandkids. Now, nobody at this point got a real job. When I tried to explain it to Norm, he has a hard time to comprehend all of this. And I felt that, I have to change the subject. And I start talking to him about math which I am doing currently on my own. At this point, I even didn't got an access to the library, because according to the Russian rules, if you can get an access to the library if you have a stamp that you are working somewhere. But I didn't work for 4.5 years. Our conversation went far from the midnight, and about maybe 1 or 1.5 a.m., Norman decided that it's time for him to go. He left my apartment, we went outside, we got a taxi, and he hugged me, and he said, "Roman, it is impossible for me to leave this country without seeing you again." You have to keep in mind that he absolutely clearly realized that he is in danger. And I have to mention that they don't like me, they don't like all of the refugees, but me in particular. Because you know, I call some troubles for them. So, in a day or two, he came again, and we again got a very nice conversation. And I felt that we are not alone. Somebody is caring about us. Now, it's hard for me to characterize what Norm has done in science. My feeling is, after what I heard today, my feeling is that he is not a mathematician and not a computer science. He is not an engineer. He is a natural philosopher. He is one of the, it seems to me, very few people who are left over right now who try to understand what's going on with the Mother Nature. And, you know, I'm very pleased and very proud to be here. When Norm visited me in Kiev in '83, Russia was stable, and Velikov was not an advisor to the government. Right now, Russia is not terribly stable, but we are living, I believe, in a better world. And we are living in a better world because of people like Norman. He was the man who brought us hope at the point when we needed most. Norman, happy birthday. Many, many more years to come. And let me give you your hug back.